of just
Hello, heroes! Welcome to the True Annoying Gnome Twitch channel. You are watching Terrible Tar-esque Tales. We are on episode, lordy, what episode are we on?
eight.
We're on episode 8, thank you. Walking the streets of Grandstone Glen. As per almost usual, we have a slight delay in when our other cast members will be joining us, but we have Layden and Petrum with us here right now, so we're going
Hello.
to we're going to get into
I
things.
want to make a push for inspiration since we are here all the time on time.
Not this
Let's
time,
just-
but
let-
try
let's-
again next week.
Let's just start off the game with some inspiration.
Sort of. So, when we last left our heroes, they had been kept awake throughout the evening by the nocturnal activities of the bard, pretty standard for a D&D party. But those activities were so loud that everyone in the hotel didn't get a decent night's sleep.
I mean, he's already so loud, like, in day-to-day life, we shouldn't have been too surprised.
That's really fair.
Yeah.
Other things that have happened is there's been a little bit of shopping. Layden discovered that there is indeed some sort of thieves guild, or at least organization of street urchins or pickpockets of some sort. Petrum took that adamantium axe he acquired in the Huebeck crypt and converted it to workable ingots.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we decided, or I found out that having, like, a dwarf forge, or a dwarf heart forge would be what it would take to, like, really do it justice, like, be able to get, like, everything out of it. Like, it would be really difficult with the forge that I had, so I didn't.
Trust him, it's his character, he knows what happened. I have in my notes that was what you were going to do when you said you were going to do it, so I never changed it to put in the result. My apologies.
I'll take it. I mean, if you want to give it to me, I'll take it. I shouldn't have said anything.
That's true.
Woo, ingots.
Yeah, you know what? For being honest, have an ingot.
Woo. Wait, so would the yield have been 1 ingot?
Depends how well you rolled.
Well, that was the thing, right?
To it? You want to
Yeah,
hold
I'll
on to it and see if you can do better at a Dwarven Forge?
Oh, yeah, I'll hold on to it.
Or do you want
I'll
to take the
inspiration,
guaranteed
though.
1 ingot?
No, I'll take an inspiration, though.
How about I let you get your long rest in? How about that? For being honest.
Sure.
And
Okay,
for being
sounds
on
good.
time. You two can have long rests.
Woo. We slept like babies.
So I believe us to want to go collect the money, but we shouldn't go collect the money without Micah.
Yep,
Are we in agreement of this?
we are. The beetle seems to like him.
I agree.
Did you when you were out and about? Did you find out what that nice sword of yours was?
I didn't really look into it.
Okay.
I just kind of hung on to it, and well, I was thinking maybe we could go do that now until Micah wakes up, and then we can go talk to
We can
the
also
beetle.
we have to find out more about that alchemy shop, where we found that potion that was inside that crypt beastie.
Do you
We can do
remember
that too.
the name of the alchemy shop by any chance? Just curious.
I mean, I have it written down, so let me check quick.
I'm definitely down with that idea. Let's go explore a little bit more.
The thing is called, or the potion's called Agordia's All Right Alchemies.
Correct. Someone took notes.
I did.
I couldn't have taken notes on that if I wanted to. I don't even know what the hell you just said.
Yeah, fair enough.
I would have went back to read that, and I would have been like, "Fuck this." I don't even know what I wrote down there.
What's this bullshit?
Yeah.
I wrote down
Yep.
some shit.
I'll be like, I don't know what the hell this spelling is.
So good. All right. So yeah, we could do those things while we wait.
Let's roll.
Boom. Bust out of that.
And
Dwarven
Mirabelle is always pretty good about catching up. So
Yeah.
I guess we can try to let her get her long rest now.
tea. Yes.
You see a number of very disgruntled patrons coming down the stairs to complain to the tavern master about the excessive noise as he's serving breakfast.
Is it free breakfast?
Yes.
Should we eat here?
Yeah. Free breakfast.
All right. Well, eat
I'm sure it's
here.
pretty good too.
It's not technically free, it's you paid for a room, have some food, kind of thing.
Okay.
It
Comes with
is
it's a package deal.
it is a small ale, meaning an ale that doesn't have too much alcohol in it, and some root vegetables, kind of not really scrambled per se with eggs, but served with an egg over it.
Well,
Don't do it.
we're gonna.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
No, I said do it. I'm encouraging Kitty.
He's
Do it.
not. I don't need it. I don't need his wow trap right now.
Wow.
Wow.
Well
I
played,
guess
Ted.
Layden will just be pretty into his food. He
Okay.
won't really try to be listening to outside conversations or anything. He's kind of just keyed in. If anything, he's having conversations with Petrum or himself as
Yeah.
talking to Malasai.
Or himself. Love it.
But if Petrum would like to maybe listen to outside conversations.
Maybe. Yeah. Just keep an ear out for anything that might be super interesting. But
You overhear a human speaking to name of bartender. Hold on, I know this. If not, I have it written down. The bartender is currently at this time of the morning,
Seamus.
Wrigley.
Okay.
Wrigley?
Rigoli.
Rigoli.
She is a
Rigololi.
female halfling.
Oh.
Very lithe, very tiny, very fit.
Okay.
And the human is talking to her and he goes, I've never met one of those before, gesturing with his thumb to Petrum. And she goes, oh no, he's alright. He's not the weirdest thing we've seen here. He's a hero, you know. He's visited our forge.
I'll just give him a deadpan stare while I drink my.
And the human pays you very little mind and says, well, what is the weirdest person correcting his words you've had in this tavern? And the halfling smiles and says, well, there was a bald birdman here a while back. That was weird. Like, have you ever plucked a chicken? It kind of looked like that, but walked around. And the man goes, no way, I don't believe it. And she goes, yes, I promise, as she passes him his plate and moves on to the next customer.
Nice.
There seems to be some other general chatter. Let's see. Here we go. Here's something interesting. You hear Tola and Aberrick, sorry. There we go. Tongue-tied today. Having a quiet dwarven discussion in the corner. It's just outside of your DC on passive perception because of the distance, but you could roll if you wanted to eavesdrop.
Okay. Nice. That is an 18.
Okay, you overhear them bickering in Dwarven. He's saying, more or less, this is what's good. This is what's good for us because it's what keeps us safe. Um, and she says something to the effect of, until you stop protecting, that scoundrel, you are no longer, or you are not allowed in my chambers. You will sleep above ground. They seem to
Ooh,
be having a little bit of a marital spat.
okay,
Uh, you can make an insight check if you like.
sure. 19.
It doesn't seem to be just a simple level lovers quarrel. It seems to be a very sensitive topic, and they're both kind of edging around it, not really digging into the meat of it up here on the surface.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna. It's interesting. Oh, it's an interesting thing to note.
Okay, as the two of you continue to eat, you can make your way once you're done out into the street if you like.
Yep, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Stretch the legs. The streets paved.
Good question. So the Dwarven Keat Economic Zone is very well cobbled. But that
Okay.
is more like behind the tavern, within like a special walled area.
Okay.
The Dwarven Teat is sort of the gateway to the Dwarven Teat Economic Zone. Uh, Rather, like you can walk through the tavern from front to back to get to the Dwarven area. Um, but you can also enter a silver cellar and go down into the what am I looking for? The depths of the dwarven levels. But as to the I think we're entering into the western quarter from the dwarven teat. Yes, we are entering into the western quarter. So it seems to be sort of a standard Tudor era street. So it's there is a little bit of cobbling along the main road, but for the most part, it's businesses putting not raised planks, not like a Wild West town, but like planks in front of their doors for places for people to step. There's not quite a sidewalk. It's sort of a hard packed ground,
Mm.
which is currently covered in snow
Oh,
as you
no, okay.
as you make your way through the streets. Uh, Specifically, it is a relatively clear day, but it is very overcast. It's
Okay.
almost, especially this early in the morning. It's it's almost like the sun has not quite risen yet. I mean,
All right.
it's not dark. There's still light, but it's kind of a foggy, overcast situation. As you
Okay.
make your way through the streets, so there's still like candles that are being lit and put in windows and things, so that the streets are passable.
Okay.
Where specifically are you headed? Were you headed to the alchemy shop?
Uh,
Or were
if it's
you
all right
headed
with
to find a
you,
sage to identify stuff?
if it's all right with you, Layden, I was thinking maybe the sage first would be
Yeah,
good.
that's fine.
All right. Let's find us a
All
sage.
right. Pulling your cloaks around you and moving through the streets quickly. Layden, are you keeping an eye out for the same type of pickpockets you met yesterday?
You mean the same exact people, or just people like them?
Like the similar style glove.
Yeah, why not? He's gonna be a little bit extra cautious because of all the shit.
Okay. Um. So you don't see a
Actually, let me
whole.
rephrase that.
Okay.
He is Layden is somewhat more protective and looking out for it. But Malasai is on edge and is not going to play games.
Okay. So he is a little frustrated that Layden didn't take his advice to kill the pickpocket. Plus, he didn't. Well, up until recently, he didn't sleep well. I mean, ultimately, yes, you ended up sleeping well, but the night was still loud. You had to cover your ears with pillows.
Yes, Malasai is a bit irritated.
Okay. You make your way through the busy streets. As shops begin to open, more and more halflings enter the streets. You get the idea that this is sort of a halfling quarter. You see a street performer on almost every corner. In fact, you run into these sort of weird situations where there's like dueling street performers across the street from each other. Like, if there's a four-way stop, there's street performers on every part of that corner. So, it seems to be, even though this is a very farming-focused community out of practicality, it seems like this quarter was originally geared towards, like, theater or performance. In some way. And that sort of culture has hung around here. No, we're looking for a sage. Is there a sage in the West Quarter? Yes, there is a sage. As you ask around and talk to the various halflings, and there are some dwarves here too, that do their business in this part of in this quarter of the city. But for the most part, it seems to be halflings. And you get the idea that like Micah, for example, who is a large human, would draw some looks until they were sure he wasn't part of the guard. There is an elven ambassador that lives in the area that when he is not attending court has been known to give his expertise to individuals he finds palatable and amusing, is what you are told. He usually doesn't exchange for gold, though.
Oh, shoot. This is dumb.
What?
I have identify as a spell. I should just identify it.
That'll work.
I come to the realization that these sages don't know jack shit, and the Allfather can provide the knowledge.
Remembering the prayers of the Allfather, specifically through the his nature as the patron over the Dormathor, I believe is his name, the patron of secrets under the mountain. You are able to bring forth the prayer and identify the sword. It is a moon-touched blade. It is magical, and if drawn, will emanate moonlight.
I'm talking about my
What is-
sword.
Yeah.
Yes.
What does moonlight do?
I need Xanathar's guide. Or I can just look at the weapon card. That'll work better. If I would keep my notes in order, it would be on things. Here's the notes for the dungeon. So the sword is in here. There we go. Here's the right section, and here is the sword. In darkness, the unsheathed blade of this sword sheds moonlight, creating bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15 feet. Sword glows, counts as magic.
In the sun, what does it do? Just magic?
Yeah, it just appears to be a magic blade. I mean, it probably reflects the light a little bit brighter, like the moon actually, serves as a reflective surface for sunlight.
Hello.
But it doesn't like blind anyone or anything or shed noticeable light because it's the day. So we're gonna say the fog is close enough to darkness that right now it's glowing slightly.
But at night, it's like it can
15-foot
blind
radius of
someone.
light. Nah, you can't. I mean, so it would blind someone in the same way lighting a torch would, right? So if they're used to the dark, it might take them a second to recover from the light. But it sheds light. That's what its magical ability is, and it counts as magic for the purposes of being a magic weapon.
It's good for a party that doesn't have it.
Cool, slightly glowing sword, bro.
Bruh. What are you
Jeez,
talking
Mike.
about? A living statue. What the hell is that about?
Yeah, I roll an 11 in my investigate to find a living statue.
Like a
Like the
fucking
weirdos.
street
Rumor? Yeah, like the weirdos who are in all gray outfits and gray skin and they stand super still like a statue and then they move to freak people out. I look for one. That's my own.
Okay, well, you are in the theater quarter if you went along with your friends. So, yes, on one of these street corners, you're passing on the way to find the sage before Petrum remembers his prayer. You you do find a halfling painted all gray and white, wearing like a loose robe, so he appears like a marble statue.
Yes, I knew they existed. My mission is complete.
That was it? That's all you want? Okay.
Hmm.
Even the ones doing mime occasionally give him the bird.
Quite odd.
All right.
So, where are we then, technically, right now?
You are pretty close to the middle of the theater district, towards like the center part of it, where the ward lord would live.
Well,
So you're towards like the governing structures, because you were gonna go see an ambassador.
do we still need to see the ambassador?
Yes.
All right, well, let's head that way then.
What do you need to see the ambassador for? As the GM, I'm confused.
Oh wait, no. Sorry. I guess.
If you've done the thing, then and know what everything is.
I mean, you haven't technically identified Andrew's blade.
I could do that too.
Yeah, we did. Remember, we took a long rest with it.
Oh, okay. I need to send you the stuff.
You told me it does unhealable damage to some things. I don't remember the.
Yes. It basically casts kill touch or chill touch to a degree. Here's the thing. Um. I never sent you. I'm looking for your chat window, which I have now found. I win. I'm sending it to you in the Whispers chat.
I'm gonna log off real quick as I switch from mobile to PC.
Okay.
So since we know everything, right?
Well,
Yes.
so we got your sword figured out. We still have the potion to. We have to follow up with the alchemist, and then we
Okay.
have to
Get
meet up with
paid.
Beetle. Yep. So those are the two things.
Well, Micah is switching mics. Let's head to the alchemist with
Right. Let's do it.
Micah following.
Alrighty. So, you are moving from the western quarter of the city to the southern quarter of the city. So, as you make your way south, sort of back the way you came at first, but then um, past the Dwarven Teat and down a little bit towards the center to the southern gate area, you pass into rather than the sort of semi-pastoral, theater-influenced kind of mixture of the two halfling Tudor type structure, you come to a huh. Hold on, something has gone wrong. Google is frozen. There we go. You leave sort of that vibrant atmosphere to come to a much sleepier area with lots of columns and lots of street podiums and lots and lots of houses. It doesn't seem like the street podiums are really getting much use. The whole thing just kind of seems dreary and sleepy and down. Although it does have a very like classical columns and arches sort of vibe to it. Lots of ivy crawling up the columns and up the walls of buildings and things. Um, you make your way through and you can see every few blocks there's either a sage or an alchemist shop. There are all sorts of people advertising like tutoring for various things. There are calligraphers and scribes and cartographers and uh, researchers and bookbinders and all sorts of more academic oriented professions. There's libraries here and there as well.
Okay. That's cool.
You make your way more towards the gates, near the central sort of well line. So there's a major well, and then every other little neighborhood seems to have a its own individual well, which is fairly normal. But they all seem to be kind of like in a line that runs towards the river, through the center of the city. So it may just be the water flows naturally, but they do seem to line up almost perfectly. And sort of right across from the well on the west side, in the corner is Edagora's All Right Alchemies.
What does the place look like?
Okay. It
All right.
looks. I wasn't expecting that question. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that question, but okay. So, anywho, it appears to be a two-story structure. The front of it is receded a little bit, and the top floor is therefore held up by columns, which you can walk in between to get to the door. It is made. The bottom floor is made of stone. The upper floor is made of wood.
Okay.
And the tiles are metal shingles.
Oh, right.
And it has several chimneys clustered around the building. Probably various like cauldron stations, right? Or
Sure. Yeah.
something
You got
of
to
that
get that
nature.
to get that airflow for alchemists, I guess. Okay.
You do
I was just
notice
curious.
as you approach it, the back The southernmost corner, rather, seems to have no windows at all.
Okay.
It seems to maybe be like a dark room type chamber.
Okay.
And above it, in sort of faded mosaic tiles, right at the base of the second floor that kind of sticks out, it says Adagora's All Right Alchemies.
Alrighty. I'll walk right in then.
As you walk in, you see a hunched figure. As the figure stands up and stretches, you hear lots of popping of the back, and a female Goliath stands before you.
I don't.
Well, hello there.
Oh God!
Uh-oh. It begins.
Once again,
She looks at you and smiles with her wrinkly lips and face. She is quite elderly, but maybe attractive in her day.
All right.
literally no boundaries.
Nope.
She brushes a few strands of what used to be thinning hair and is now kind of wisps back behind her ears. And says, if taking care of her little highness was not exhausting me, you'd be a fun ride.
Who's he say? Who should say that to?
Oh, yeah.
Andrew.
Oh boy. Like
I throw
Right
up
out
in
the
my
gate.
mouth a little bit.
That's fair.
Like
That's fair.
Like I don't even need to try anymore. That animal magnetism. It's just
it's too
it's
powerful.
fierce.
Ugh.
She chews on some mint sprigs quickly as you walk in, spitting them
Oh.
into a nearby cauldron.
Freshen up that breath.
Now then,
I love
how
the
can I
fierce,
help
freshly
you?
ground mint on.
How can I help you, handsome and virile and youthful individuals?
I'll produce the partially filled bottle with her little tag on it and put it on the counter.
She leans forward, peering over the counter, squinting her eyes, and then pulls out a small lens and places it over her right eye, and stares and says, "Yeah, that's my chicken scratch, all right."
Just imagine how big my dick would look through that.
Huh?
Stay on target.
Sorry, focusing.
Gross.
We found this bottle in the middle of a what is it called again? A crypt warden?
Hey, Cauldron Born.
Cauldron born. Trying to figure out why.
Well, Cauldron Borns are unfortunately a common appearance in my profession. I've had to put down a few in my days as well. If you took it from the middle of it, then I assume that was the end of that creature.
It was. Do you keep records of? Do you know what potion this is specifically, and do you keep records of your sales?
Well, like I said, I drew that label. That's my chicken scratch. But you would really need to talk to Agordia in order to
Oh,
in order to find out. I mean, her
you're
record
not
book is
Agordia?
probably around here somewhere. No,
You're not.
I am Vone. Vone
Kale-
Pupkeeper.
Layton's
she
gonna
puffs out
act
her
cool
chest.
and lean into something, but accidentally knock it over.
Okay. You lead up against this tall brass structure that just has like rings and trays of potions, and the entire thing just wobbles and then spraying glass and magical mayhem everywhere.
Lady Vone, the bone. perhaps? Forgive my clumsy friends.
No.
I didn't mean to do that.
That some of those potions were very expensive. Agordia's gonna kill me.
I think that maybe
You could put it on
Sir
Peter's
Micah
tab.
could make
Oh,
you
yeah.
forget about that.
High five.
Are you
Yeah.
whoring?
You
Should
could
we
truly be boned.
should we whore off our bard? Is that
I heard
the thing
bone.
that we should do?
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
her name is Bone.
Vone.
It's Vone, Lady Vone, the Boned. If I'm lucky.
Oh dear.
Well, you're gonna have to pay off the all the damaged bottles with your body.
You, small boy, step away from anything else. Just stand in the center of the room.
Yes, sir. I mean, ma'am.
Don't worry, he'll pay for it with his dick.
What?
Oh, he's
Not
like
Uh,
neat.
So, Miles, roll your D100.
I was talking about Micah.
I'm 14. Thank you very much.
Still gross.
God, by the gods, Maribel.
What am I rolling?
Absolutely disgusting. Have you no standards, little
You're
lady?
rolling a D100.
You know I was talking about Sir Micah.
That's true.
I rolled an 11
thought it
on
would
the
be
die.
fun. Play around with it a little bit.
All right. So you are covered in potion from head to toe, but thankfully they seem to have canceled each other out. There's
That's
just a
good.
slight tingling behind your left eye. You're pretty sure that's fine. Also, when you
Alright.
sneeze, butterflies come out.
What the fuck?
No, that's fun. How does Malasai feel about that?
You're covered in the effect of like 7 different potions. You rolled the best possible result you could, given the circumstances.
Well,
Seems normal.
if he sneezes butterflies, he might grab one every now and then and eat it.
Okay, that's awesome. Vone smiles at the attempt to whore Micah to her and says, "Again, if I were not busy taking care of her highness, I would be interested. However, I'm just going to hope that Agordia understands. And maybe some
I can babysit.
High five.
When
I'm
did you become his wingman? I don't know what to do with
Wingmanning
this.
so hard right now.
She
I
goes,
wanted to get you some Dusty's muffins.
thank you, but there are 4 other childminders. It's just that they've all gone to the temple to worship, and I've had to leave it with the father. She says in finger quotes.
Whoa.
I suppose if you wanted to go check on the child.
Put your tiny hand in mine.
Who is this child?
Who is the child? That was the DM asking, because I knew, but then I forgot. The child is... what is her name? Engoth Gro...
Yes.
Nope, that's the daddy.
What is her name?
One moment, please. Thoe, or technically Nantho. But Thoe
So,
is what they call her.
okay.
Thoey. Thoe.
Okay.
So, like, if somebody had a lisp,
It is... I mean, sure.
hey, Thoe, how's it going?
As she
Here's
gets
the guy.
older, she may not appreciate that. But for now, yeah, it's fine.
We're gonna appreciate it.
Like a gay pig farmer. I remember one summer when I met a gay pig farmer. Did I ever tell you about that, guys?
Is this real life right now?
Ms. Pupkeeper,
Yeah, I
This is
know,
Micah.
yeah.
This is Micah telling you about a gay
Oh.
pig farmer.
Ms.
Color me
Pupkeeper does
intrigued.
not seem terribly amused, and she stares at you. I suppose if you were discreet about the involvement of this potion where it clearly should not have been, I would be discreet about what happened to this large, very expensive stack of bottles.
Ask anyone that knows us, especially me. We are very discreet,
Except for last night.
especially me. Discreet is literally my middle name.
He does not know the meaning of literally, though, just so we're clear.
Or discreet.
If we're being honest.
Well, I take this to mean you won't go check on little Thoe for me then.
Oh, I will, if that's what you want.
That will help us figure out who bought this potion.
Is it gonna get loud in here again?
It might. It might.
Yes, if you go check with if you go check on Thoe, I will be able
Change
to
this
leave.
motherfucking name.
I will be able to leave and go check with Agordia and see who bought your potion that you seek.
I thought maybe you were going to check with Micah while we checked out.
Why would he know who bought the potion?
I was doing air quotes there with a check.
No.
And then I wink. Eh?
I have not lost my hearing enough for that to be something truly desirable.
Oh.
Oh, she shut you down now.
I don't sure I understand what just happened.
You got shot down hard.
Well, you look pretty, but then you talk.
Oh.
Oh, shit, son.
I put my hand on Micah's shoulder. It's okay.
Did that burn hurt?
No, but my dick burns right now.
I take my hand off his shoulder.
Perhaps best she passed then. Let's move on.
Yep. So where's the princess?
Her ladyship will be at the Hall of Governance in the center of the quarter.
Is that where we're supposed to meet Beetle as well, or no?
You're supposed to meet him at the center of governance of the center ward. That makes sense. So like the center of the center.
Okay, so I mean it's kind of on the same way. Along this, we can check on the girl, and then we can go talk to Beetle.
Just tell the smelly dwarf that I have sent you, and you are allowed to see the you're allowed to see the little princess. You will be required to disarm before entering the room. I hope that isn't a concern of yours.
No.
How would we remove our arms? They're attached to our shoulders.
Even I know what that means. Jesus.
If only I had a mistress who could teach me these things. Or perhaps punish me if I didn't know.
She
biting?
blushes, her cheeks turning blue, because she's a Goliath.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Alright. So, you wish to leave the shop and make your way to the Illwind Palace.
I totally flex my glutes as we walk out to give her something to look at.
You hear a...
She sounds interested.
Alright.
Just not interested in the burning dick part.
Yeah.
You make your way through the streets of this mostly human-habited area. You see, you don't like the other districts you've been through. The North District and the West District had local guards, right? So they had local individuals that were, that reported to the lady or the lord of the ward, and were the guards, the watch for that area. This one, you don't see anyone that's not city guards, like wearing the livery of the city as a whole, rather than of the ward or of the neighborhood. Um, and as you continue to move your way through, uh, you get the sense that people here are a little bit despondent, a little sad. There seems to be a air of mourning that surrounds this whole section.
Uh-oh.
You make your way to the Ill-Wind Palace, and it is grander than any other building you've seen in this quarter. It is 4 stories tall, classically constructed, marble all the way up, slate roof, lots of partial reliefs and murals and things. It's almost like walking into a Greek temple as you walk up the steps and to the front doors. There are 2 guards in vastly different livery than what you've seen. They're... Let me see. That guy. There we go. There is a symbol of a boar's head impaled on what appears to be a unicorn horn, kind of flying on the flag, above the 2 guards that are armed in halberds and partial plate.
Sweet flag.
Mm.
That unicorn said, "Fuck you, horny pig."
The guards stare at you, and one of them eventually clears his throat and says, "State your purpose."
Your purpose.
No, don't talk. We are here to see Thoe. We've been sent by Bone.
Vone.
I'm Skinny Bone.
The dusty, gray-haired temptress.
Yes, Dusty's Muffins. Bone sent us.
I'm sorry. What did you call her? He's losing a little bit of his composure, and his companion like snaps his halberd butt against the stone to try to like bring order back to the situation.
I look at that one. I go, "Your purpose."
Stop talking, Micah.
He looks at you stone-faced.
I think I'm still a little drunk from last night.
You didn't have a lot.
You need to
didn't you?
stop talking.
He looks to
Please.
the younger one and says, "All right, ask Shaloon." And the younger one will turn and knock on the door of this halberd, and a peephole is opened, or yeah, it'd still be a peephole with the square
Peephole.
the square doors that like you can look through. And they have a whispered conversation as close to the door as possible. If you want to try to overhear, you can make.
Can I overhear it?
Checks. Yes, you can make a perception check.
Boo, 8.
Okay. You catch a little word here or there. Strangers. Halfling.
Dumb
Genasi. But you don't really catch the gist of the conversation, except that you do hear the person on the other side of the door speaking to someone else, and then you hear rapid footfalls.
Gorgeous specimen of man.
Wait, I'm kind of confused. Did you say we had a Nazi with us?
Genasi.
What?
I was like, what the fuck?
That took a turn.
Yes, that did.
Shit just got weird.
Rule word.
Give me
All
a
right,
moment,
back to it.
folks.
I didn't sign up for Nazis unless we're killing them.
Terrible Trash Tales does not support Nazism or its message.
Nor do we support murder, but in the game, I'd kill some Nazis.
Different setting.
Nice.
Okay. I'm good now. I'm good. Alright. So, after about 5-10 minutes, the doors, you hear what sound like several locks disengaging and the doors open wide. Pulled open by two, again, immaculately dressed, polished, very professional looking soldiers. And one of them will step out and he will, he's not going to salute you, you're not soldiers, never mind. He will say, my commander has given me permission to escort you to see her ladyship.
I do a little leg and roll my hand in sort of a thank you kind of gesture.
What the fuck was that?
But they look so formal, I thought I'd try it out.
Yeah.
Right this way.
Does he have rank displayed?
He is a senior arm or sergeant at arms. Basically the equivalent of the sergeant.
Salutations, Sergeant at Arms. Take me and my entourage to her ladyship.
Entourage.
These folk are your entourage?
I roll my eyes.
What does that mean?
You should tell your servants to keep better decorum.
Oh.
Servants.
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes, they would do well to learn this lesson. Lead on, Sergeant at Arms. Lead on.
Layden's gonna try to act tough, but get knocked to the side by Micah when he walks by us.
Okay. The sergeant leads you into the center chamber of the Illwind Palace, and then up a flight of stairs, to a small wing off to the side. And the moment you open the doors, you smell fresh flowers covering up the scent of a nursery, a medieval nursery, in fact.
So poop and vomit.
Yes, lots of poop and vomit.
Kitty milk.
Gross.
And
Why are you so gross?
as you approach the nursery doors,
Sounds like Honey Nut Cheerios.
and even fouler stench reaches your nose as the doors are opened. It is not the dirty diaper of an infant ruler. It is, in fact, a very grubby-looking dwarf with all sorts of leaves and bones and sticks and what might actually be rat shit in his beard. And kind of the whole thing has become dreaded and intermixed with his hair, long ass fingernails, and he is just holding this small human child in his arms.
Oh,
I really thought that Bone was being racist, but you really are a filthy.
Salutations, Master Dwarf. Lady Vone sent us to see you.
and to speak with the young one.
Is this child abuse?
He
It's
bows
awesome.
with the child, tipping the child almost upside down, and says, I am Eingoth Grald, dwarf of the woods.
You smell
And
like shit, dude.
I
He speaks the
assume
truth.
that you want goods that only I can procure.
Yep.
if you were sent to speak with me.
Yep.
Oh, yes, that's true. I take a step away from him so I'm not downwind.
Though he begins to cry as he tips her upside down.
I offer to take the child while they talk.
Yes, if there's business to be discussed, perhaps her ladyship should not be present. And he, without really supporting her head, offers the child to you.
I take her gently.
Okay. Goes. He curls one of his black fingernails and sucks the gunk out from between his teeth.
Oh, you guys thought I was gross. The fuck?
We're so sorry.
He chews on the grit
Yeah.
for seconds.
Yeah. What now? Petrum. Fucking
Just-
Mocky McMockerson over here for Sir Micah. Could have grungy dwarf
I've learned my lesson.
crawled out of a fucking trash can.
He scratches his thick, dreaded hair and pulls a louse out and gives it a little chew and says, "Now, I can provide you with goods from any part of the Underdark. No matter how deep, no matter how dank, no matter how dirty,
Thank.
I have dealt
That's
it."
what she said.
You can go straight down that brown eye, huh?
It's not always brown. Sometimes it is
just getting
gray.
in there and playing in the mud is how we say it.
I move
Sometimes
further
it is
away with the baby.
red. Especially if there are lava vents.
Oh, I like when it's chunky. Have I ever told you about the peanut butter wonder?
No!
I will mute the goddamn microphone. No. Stream, look at me. Do not Google that. Okay, moving on.
Safe search on.
Yes.
Basically, anything Andrew says in or out of character, safe search on. That's the easy way to do it.
But probably don't search this.
Yeah.
For those
Fair.
of you who didn't understand me and would just like to copy and paste, you may join me in the Dwarven Teat where I am discussing the finery.
Of the peanut butter wonder.
Shit.
Shit is part of that, yes.
It's not a D&D game of ours until we talk about the peanut butter wonder.
I in fact
What?
don't know any D&D game that I've ever played that didn't have it because I only play with you.
That's unfortunately fair. I don't. This is my
It's a
life.
staple.
Well, in high school, we always masturbated with the torches. That was all we talked about.
Glad you finished that sentence. You had an awkward stage where shit took a real weird turn, almost weirder than the Nazis.
And
That's
so
what
it
he
almost came
said.
out of the DM's nose. So you know what? Everyone gets a round of inspiration if you don't already have your 2.
Who
Hooray!
Kale's so disappointed with us that the lights in his house have gone out.
I mean, they weren't on in the first place, but yes.
Oh, it's suddenly much darker on your on the stream.
Really?
Seems okay. I mean, it's a little darker.
it's-
though.
Yeah, no, it still
I'm-
looks fine. It's just a little darker than it was before. I assume you've just, in your shame, needed to not be in the light.
I mean, that's not an unfair assumption.
I've taken us to the dark side. You know, the real dark side.
Hence the peanut butter wonder.
Right. Where it's dark,
Got it.
creamy.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yep. Moving on. So,
Why are we here again?
I don't know. I'm holding the baby.
Petrum,
Talk to this man. So we can
carry
move
on.
We just needed to check in on the kid, right? I mean, that's all we needed to do.
I thought he was supposed to tell you something.
The
No, you
Something
were-
about where the potion came from or who bought it?
You were checking on the child, so she didn't have to worry about it, so she could go ask her boss.
right. Yeah, we're
I
gonna.
see. And then we're gonna go back to talk to her.
Yes.
Yep.
So I
mean,
get a second chance.
If we want to get some dirty stuff from this guy, then we can.
Tell us of your dirty goods, dirty dwarf.
What do you need? Do you need alchemical components? Do you need forbidden substances? Do you need blood?
He needs something for his
Burning
burning
dead.
dead.
Wait. So I've got this thing downstairs, if you know what I mean. I've been just cutting the things off with a knife as they grow.
Jeez.
Oh God!
He reaches underneath his one-piece robe and scratches
No.
vigorously.
Oh.
And
And then I've
goes,
just been kind of like rubbing dirt on them, because otherwise they bleed this kind of weird yellowness.
and goes, "Oh, I have something for that. Although you will get used to that. I did. Now
You're
then."
connecting on a deeper level.
And he
Oh God!
his fingers are again very dirty as he pulls them back out, and he'll pull a
Ooh.
hide satchel from like kind of his back left hip area, and as he pulls it open, you can smell that this is like untanned or even uncleaned animal flesh. Like this is literally he killed something, skinned it, and immediately made something from that skin.
I wouldn't take whatever he's gonna give you.
He pulls out between two of his long talon-like fingernails a small clay vial with a river stone as its stopper. He kind of shakes it and sniffs at the stone and goes, "Oh, that smells like it's not good. Oh wait, nope, that's my fingers. Yeah, this should be fine. Clear that right up. It is a suppository, but it will solve your problem."
Hey, Petrum.
No. Yes. What is it, Micah?
You want to help a brother out?
Yeah, just bend him over, have him touch his toes, and just pour it right in.
Should we do this in front of everybody?
I mean, I would like this to be cleared up.
I guess
But if you want to be selfish and wait,
this is a bonding moment, isn't it?
Layton turns around and walks out.
That's
too young for
definitely
this shit.
fair.
I've turned my back to you and I'm bouncing the baby.
Wait, Layton, are you saying Malasai's not into this?
No, they're both on there.
Man, even the demon's not into this.
Oh,
this is medicinal, you fucking freaks. God, don't
All right.
judge bros.
Drop.
the child has calmed herself. Well, rather, you have calmed the child down. And she is busy trying to grab anything she can really reach: your nose, your ears, any jewelry you might have, your hair. She's in that sort of developmental stage.
What has she been eating?
I'm making faces at her and
Distracting her.
cooing and such.
Okay.
All right, Petrum, give me the boof.
All right. Boofing.
Boof it in there.
I think that's what the kids call it these days.
Do I need to roll for that?
No. There will be no rolling. There will just be glossing over.
Oh,
And
I'm glad that we could role play this moment.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
I believe 5th edition rules are theater of the mind. I would like to fully explore this particular theater.
No, very good. Moving on.
Is there anything he can roll for this?
I feel like a dex check would be good to make
Or
sure I
How
don't
about
get
a
a whole lot
medicine
on me.
check?
I've got
Roll a
some pretty
medicine check.
Dexterity check.
I've got some pretty strong glutes. You might need to get in there with some forearm strength.
Wes, if you really need to roll something, roll the medicine check.
Medicine? Oh, I could do. That's good. That's good.
But this doesn't need to be rolled for. Oh dear lord, I've lost control.
I got a 16.
Tell me that's a
Oh,
hit.
it feels good. Oh, it feels good.
You successfully deeply apply the medicine.
Good.
You said deeply.
Amazing. Best night ever.
This is my life.
Oh, sweet, sweet relief.
Hope that makes you feel better. Okay.
Don't be surprised if when the DM comes back from his break, he has a large glass of whiskey.
Sounds like fun.
Should have started with one, but generally try not to drink on the stream.
I stand up and put my pants back on.
I want to
I'm
wipe
sure
my hand
everyone
on
is
one of the
grateful.
guards. Can I wipe my hand on one of the guards?
You have to step out of the room to do so, but yes.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay. The guard looks at you, touching him and messing with his livery, and he is obviously grossed out. He doesn't know exactly what's being wiped on him, but he knows
never a
what's in
good
that room. So, he stays at attention, but you do see his jaw tremble with anger.
Layden will say,
So I take it went well then.
I think you'll feel better soon.
I'm not going back in there.
It's for the best.
The jobs of the party
For the record, I've had my back to him the whole time, but it's hard not to listen to the sound.
After Micah
man.
comes out like that, do the guards freak out even more?
Is his pants at least up?
The other
My
guard
pants
will
are on, everybody. My pants are on.
the other guard will put his hand on his sword and say, "What have you done to the princess?" Drawing his blade partially.
She's
I-
fine.
am I not still bouncing her around?
They just came out of the room, so unless you make yourself visible, all they know is that Petrum came out of the room after the young teenage boy and wiped some stuff on the
Mystery
guard.
fluids.
And then
God.
Micah came out of the room and said, "Oh my god, that felt amazing," and he's groaning with pleasure.
Gross. Okay. No, I poke out with the baby.
The guard puts his sword away, but looks just disgusted, and looks at his companion's uniform and just shakes his head and goes, "Shalane will not be pleased if you show up to inspection like that."
Oh, I'll take care of that.
"I'm not sure I want you touching me," says the first guard.
I don't have to touch you. Watch this.
Uh-oh.
The guard watches.
I cast Prestidigitation to clean it.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
That works. He goes, perfect.
You couldn't have done that with the dwarf?
Oh, my magic is not strong enough.
Tell me, guards, why do you let the dwarf hold this poor sweet baby?
Yeah.
He claims he's the father, has
Ugh.
rights.
Oh God!
Wait.
No.
Petrum, will you remind me how babies are made?
I don't want to.
Mirabelle, as you look at the child, this child is very clearly either human or half-elven. Either human with a very delicate structure or half-elven.
I find this questionable, but okay.
Yeah, there's weird stuff going on.
It's when a penis goes into a vagina.
Yeah.
See, Layden knows that. Good job, Layden.
He's been consistent with guard sex ed.
Well, I mean, I would question that because she looks like she's human or human and elven.
Miss, I had noticed the same. Says the older guard.
So again, what?
I would recommend not getting involved into the political affairs of a foreign nation. trust me on this one.
Okay.
Like, really trust me on this one.
All right. I'm sorry. Goodbye, sweet Zoe. I'm sorry that's your name.
She's just gonna have a bad life.
It's really gonna be a challenge for you. Yes, it is.
I try to cast prestidigitation to clean the dirty dwarf.
So I would have to specifically look at the spell, but isn't it limited by either size or like one object for clean?
Looking it up.
Me too.
1 moment.
You instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. All right, I fail.
I would
cast
also
it 4
argue
times.
that the dwarf is a creature. So while you may clean parts of his clothing 1 cubic foot at a time, will he ever be really clean?
Could he at least clean his hands for him?
All right, well, I leave it be.
I would argue that that would be a creature.
I
hands.
know. It's wishful.
Very wishful. I'm sure the child agrees with you if she could talk.
I
Yeah.
don't want to give the baby back to him because he's so dirty.
Yeah.
Well, you could wait a few candles, says the guard, and one of her minders will be along. A candle is roughly 10 to 15 minutes in Forgotten Realms.
Oh yeah, we can wait.
I will wait with the baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who is on duty today? I have a little chart so that I know. So that was faction.
Who's a pretty baby? You are.
She seems to take a real liking to you. Make an insight check, actually. See if you notice anything odd about this particular child.
13?
Okay. So she seems much more intelligent, although she cannot speak, than you would expect from someone that's between 6 months and a year. Seems to have this sort of wisdom and charisma that just flow from her.
Zoe, do you like your name? Do you like your name?
She shakes her head.
Oh
I
shit.
didn't think so. Is there another name we should call you?
She stares at you and coos and blows a spit bubble.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that works. Okay. So, it looks like her next minder is... There we go. Ravine. Ravine, actually. Sorry.
Cool.
Is Ravane cleaner than the dwarf?
Yes, cleaner than the dwarf, not entirely fully clean. She is dressed in what appears to be faded common clothing. Although her apron is clean, her hands are clean, and her hair looks mostly clean.
All right. What a step up.
Yeah.
And she smiles and waves at the little princess as she approaches, and the princess raises her hand and waves back.
Wow. All right. This kid is smart.
And as she
Who's
takes
a
her from
smart
her,
baby? You're a smart
as she
baby.
tries to take her from her arm, she goes, You are the quickest learning child I think I've ever met." Bounces
Thanks. I've been told that before.
the
She's
child.
not
in hers.
talking to you. All right, Zoe, I will miss you.
She looks, Ravine looks to you gratefully and says, "Thank you for taking her from that disgusting man."
I really just thought that the other lady was being racist until we got here. Now I know she really meant he really was just dirty.
He spends most of his time living in the woods to the east. He visits once a month for Regency councils.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about her too much. We do try to take care of her, but there was a Regency Council meeting, and there was also the ceremony at the temple, and we try to make sure that those things don't overlap very often.
All right. Well, she's a special one, so you keep a good eye on.
Yes, we will do our best to keep her healthy and safe.
And give her a kiss on the cheek.
She blows a spit bubble kind of on your cheek, by your ear, into your hair, kind of general area.
Why, thank you.
As you are all walking away, she's just locked. The baby is just locked onto Layden.
Oh.
Layden, you get the sense that she can see what lies inside, and she gives you a big smile.
Oh no.
Oh my.
That's not right.
What the fuck just happened?
Layden's eyes turn purple and he gives a creepish smile to the baby.
She giggles and claps.
Oh no.
Wow.
Layden turns to the group and says,
He likes this one.
Ooh. As long as he doesn't eat her.
Yeah.
Not like the way he likes dogs, right?
Oh no, no. This one he seems very fond of.
Well, me too. I agree.
She's a cute baby.
Even if her
So-
name is Zoe.
Yeah. It's a shame.
You make your way down the stairs and back out into the street if you like. There is a changing of the guard as you are leaving, and you see the commander of the guard, flanked by soldiers, moving into the central chamber as you leave to attend the Regency meeting.
Do we want to stop or check in with Beetle and get our money?
Are we just walking around with a baby?
No, the baby's
left-
gone.
No, I gave her back.
Is that tool bag here? Beagle?
He's in the central area. Yeah.
His office is in the central quarter of the city.
I think I'd like to try and eavesdrop on the regional meeting.
Okay.
I think since we're here, we might as well stay for that. Yeah.
Make a stealth check.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Are you all stealthing, or is Mirabelle going off on her own?
Probably be best if she went off on her own. Or
Who's
no.
allowed to be in the Regency meeting?
Just the. Hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members of the Regency Council. Oh, sorry. 7 members of the Regency Council.
I think I should just kind of sneak over there, and you guys, I'll meet up with you guys.
Okay.
Let's go
I
get
rolled.
money.
I got a 22.
Damn! Alright.
I have a plus
passive
7 to my
perceptions.
stealth.
Okay. you are able to slip in one of the side doors as one of the guards kind of absentmindedly closes it, and he stands staring at waiting for the door to open. Basically, prepared for someone trying to push the door open, but you're able to slip in and around him. There are guards at every door and 4 at the main door. And 2 standing on the floor. These 2 appear to be older females that are seem much more capable than the other guards in the room, and they flank another older kind of blonde and graying female with very short cut hair, military style cut hair, and well, let me see. They would be medium infantry, so they would be wearing breastplate, probably breastplate and bits of leather. And those 3 kind of seem to have the center floor. Around that are 6 thrones, and upon each throne sits a different figure. There's let's see. There is an older elven female. There is an older human female. The elven female appears to be librarian in sort of demeanor and occupation. The other human female, there seems to be something timeless about her. It's very difficult to determine her age. It's also very difficult to determine any sort of ethnicity or any elf blood or dwarf blood or any of that. She just seems very almost too perfect. Just too timeless and classical in her appearance. Very difficult to nail down any sort of features. And as you're looking at her, you've seen this kind of magic before on the streets of it's a spell that makes you appear nondescript. That keeps you from entering into other people's memories.
Is there any way for me to see through that at all?
Yes, you can make a investigation check, but that would mean that you would have to talk to her for a few minutes.
I mean, I snuck in there just to observe, really. So I don't think I want to actually talk to anyone. I just want to listen to the meeting.
Okay. Let's see. We have the older elven lady. We have there is another younger lady wearing silver armor, like silver plate mail. And then there is Shaloon, who I already described. She's the head of the... Where's my thing? Here we go. And then there is a human male that looks almost like Micah, except skinnier and smaller. And then there is the last one is a dwarf. The crusty, gritty dwarf from upstairs.
Yeah, I avoid him for sure.
Most of the other people move their chairs away from him and upwind. The only one that does not seem bothered is the elven female or the sort of older male gentleman, who has sort of a classic goatee and a ponytail. And they're talking in relatively quiet voices, but you can hear them. They're discussing which one of them they're going to send to the town meeting this month, this time around. And then the elder elvish lady and the nondescript lady both bring up individually that maybe they should consider that um, the dwarf is not the father of the child, considering that there is no resemblance between them. Uh, Engoth continues to make his case that, well, I was shapeshifted at the time when I was um, having relations with the former ruler, and so that's why our child looks so different from me. It doesn't seem like many of them are buying it. But after about 10 minutes, they take a vote, and they narrowly vote to keep him on the council. Hello?
Sorry, you cut out a lot there, Kale.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on break when Amanda gets back in, and then I will change the server on Discord to hopefully connect better, and we'll try that again.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I heard most of it. I just missed the very end there where you said something about them voting whether or
They
not to let
vote,
him
and very
be.
narrowly, they vote to keep the dwarf on.
Oh, that's a shame.
Basically, his vote is the tiebreaker.
That sucks.
But his votes are the human commander of the troops, himself, the elder human male, and the one that looks like Micah.
I don't have any family here, right?
No, you do not. It just happens to be a coincidence, mostly.
But you said he's like Micah, but thinner and
Thinner
more
and
attractive.
smaller.
It would be
More attractive is what
really
I'm hearing.
difficult to be more attractive than this beautiful specimen of marble statue.
I meant more like he dresses very similar to Micah. He's not as built or um as big. Sort of the scrawny sailor looking individual, but very high fashion sailing, if that makes sense.
Oh, is he a dandy?
He is very dandy, yes.
Hey, girl, hey.
Not that we would ever call Micah that to his face.
No, I won't tell Micah about him.
Or call Micah a dandy to his face. He gets mad. I mean,
I
do
don't
what
think
you want.
Micah would care if I called him a dandy. A dandy lad. All right, well, I guess that wasn't the most useful information, but nobody has noticed me, correct?
No one has noticed you that you know of. Correct.
Because I'm so sneaky.
Would you like to sneak back out, or are you going to wait for the meeting to adjourn and wait for them to leave? They do
Are
talk
they?
about other things, shortage of grains, that sort of thing.
But nothing that would be important to us in particular.
Let's see. Uh, they talk about how Endra the Everfair, who is supposedly the guardian of the city, has not been seen all winter, which leads the elder elvish lady to cackle is probably the right word to describe that. The others kind of give her a dirty look. They talk about how Tola and Aberic are fighting, and maybe they can divide them so that their votes on the city council don't have as much of an effect. And they talk about um, They talk about the rise of thievery in this section of the city, and how the pied hands are becoming um more of a problem. Uh, One of them, the dandy, says that he believes the human Yungar Haroon is behind it.
I raise my eyebrows.
Would you like to make a history check, see if you know the name?
Sure. $19.
Nice.
Okay, you have heard that name in passing here and there. He is a relative of of House Huabeck. He is the uncle's second eldest child from his second wife. Um, and he, you've heard rumors that he is the most bribable family member.
Nice.
And this man seems to be implying that he is a member of the Pied Hand, which is the Thieves Guild they're talking about. Perhaps,
Right on.
perhaps for the city at large, or perhaps just for this sector of the city, he has not specified, but he believes him to be behind the increase in crime.
All
So,
right.
with that, I will take my break, and we will see if Mirabelle can escape the room without being noticed, and then we will continue the session, see where they're going to end up before we come back next. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Can Casey and JoJo be on again?
Were they on before?
I'm pretty sure that's what I heard when Andrew first logged in. And I went, "What? What's happening?" Not actually muted. Kale, your mic is not muted.
And the short rest has ended. We are back. Hello.
Hello.
As promised.
Hello.
The whiskey.
All right.
Otherwise known as my superior potion of putting up with player bullshit.
We don't come up with bullshit. We just have
A
a
little
good
bit.
time.
Little bit bullshit.
I don't know. There was a sedative. No, sedative. What is it called?
Suppository.
Suppository.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm trying to sneak out.
It's more like
Yes.
people.
I do need a stealth roll from you.
Roger that. It's a 21.
Okay. As you're slipping back out, the page, there's a page coming in with a trolley of cakes and tea and things, and you are able to slip past the trolley and out the door.
Can I take a cake while I'm slipping by?
Sleight of hand check. I'm sorry, was that a number?
No, she didn't roll it.
Okay.
What you didn't hear was me saying nope. 10.
Okay. You reach for a cake, but the trolley is too quick.
Bummer.
Which is sad because I mean it was a honey cake with mint frosting, so it did look
I figured I
delicious.
shouldn't spend an inspiration just to get a cake, though. So
That would be a very halfling thing to do.
I mean, I do like to eat.
You might get inspiration.
As you slip out, peering behind or over your shoulder as you slip out, making sure no one saw you, the indeterminate aged individual turns and gives you a little wink, raising her glass or her cup of tea in your direction.
Nice. I raise an eyebrow and then I wink back.
Whiskey. Good. Good.
In my experience,
All right.
that means she's DTF.
Does it? Does it?
Is it though?
Or does it mean that skill respects skill? That's also an option. But sure, interpret it however you like.
Nope. DTF. Lady, you know what DTF means?
Yeah.
Down to frolic.
Yep, exactly. All right.
I would like to catch up with my friends now.
Yes, you rejoin them as they're leaving the Illwind Palace, making their way to the central district of the city, to the Hall of Governance there, where the Master Beetle's office can be found.
I fill them in on the things that I heard.
Interesting. What is Beetle's full name?
Beamos Huebeck. Beamos Huebeck, sorry. Added syllable, didn't need to be there. That was on the DM.
Is he in his office?
Well, hold on. So as you make your way through the central part of the city, you again go through the gates that separate the various parts, and you are met with this multi-tiered structure that seems to be built entirely for a religious and military purposes. So it's concentric defensive circles with towers that can aim at other towers. But it has all this iconography of gods that in other parts of the city would be banned. So Tyr, Torm, Helm, Ilmater is worshipped citywide, but so is Lathander. Try to think of other lawful deities. So like Siamorph and All the lawful deities seem to have a place here. Or at least all the ones that are neutral are good. You don't see like Bane or anything, right? But um, you see a very strong lawful presence here. You make your way through the city, and the guards here, unlike other places, which are wearing minimalist, whatever they need for their job, so light armor that is practical. These folk are gilded. They are heavy plates. They are some variation of like partial plate mail. Um, so you make your way through the city to this the
I
Chamber of Governance.
cringe. I cringe at every symbol of tier.
Okay, fair.
Right? Tier, Cal? Is that the right
Yes. Yes. Tyr is the one from your backstory, yes. Um yeah. I thought it was no, it is Tyr. You're right. I'm wrong. Um so you make your way through and there is just this starched shirt sort of atmosphere. Um you walk up the steps and there are no guards guarding the doors, almost like they would find it impossible that someone would get this far without being stopped. You are able to walk in, and there is a large central desk with several attendant scribes sitting in various like almost like cubby positions around this large central information desk, where reports are just being passed off and handed out. Um, and sure enough, you have arrived at the Beetle Hive, if you will. Or if you won't, either way, it's still the Beetle Hive. One of the bureaucrats looks up at you and smiles, and says, "Good evening, citizen." Or rather, good afternoon, I suppose. How may we assist you in being a productive and strong member of our society?
This is where you talk, Micah.
What's this guy's name?
His name tag says that his name is... Stand by.
I don't actually care what his first name is. Is his last name Hewabeck?
No, it is not.
Oh, hello, good sir.
His name tag says Arthin.
We are here to see Bugle Hewabeck.
Biamos?
Shit, I don't forget.
The Master Beetle. He supplies helpfully.
That's it.
Yes, that's the one.
Beamos. He's in with his masseuse, but you could fill out a form and we'll get back to you in 6 to 10 business days.
No, he is expecting us. We will speak to him now. Tell him it's regarding...
And he stands up from his chair and goes back to like a central post and begins flipping through documents that have been pinned up and goes, are you part of the what did he refer to them as? Troubleshooters he sent north.
Yes.
Would you by chance happen to be Sir Micah?
Well, my reputation precedes me.
He hands you a document written in High Thoras, which you can read, because you can read Common, and asks you to sign this, please, before going in.
I read it. What does it say?
It is, a statement saying that you were seen carousing last night, after dark at the Dwarven Teat Tavern, and that you billed, 214 silver to his account.
I mean, I did do that.
It does say that you arrived at the city about 2 hours after high sun.
Is all of this accurate?
Yes.
So if I sign this, he's paying for all this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I make my mark.
Good. Are you how do you troubleshoot or how do you trouble solvers describe it? Are you the leader of your company?
I mean, well,
Or perhaps it's you, miss, looking at Miro. Are you the leader of the company?
In this case, it is Sir Micah.
I mean, I do have the most rings on my fingers.
Okay. Well then, there may be additional papers for you to sign upon your return, depending on
Petrum's in charge. Petrum's the leader.
which one is Petrum.
I'll raise my hand.
There may be additional papers you need to sign upon your return to, or from your meeting with the Beetle, so please stop by here so that we do not have to deploy a tip staff to, find you.
Of course.
They're very good at finding people within the city.
We'll stop by right after, or at least I will.
Thank you. Petrum, of what company exactly? I need to, for the forms?
Do we have a team name?
I don't know. I'm just trying to fill out the forms.
I'm talking.
Team Super Sunshine Ultimate.
Nope.
Super. When you say nope, he takes some sand and vigorously scrubs at the ink before it sets. I'm sorry.
Team We're the Best.
He looks at a very large scroll and says, "I'm sorry, that's already taken."
We're the 18.
That is already taken.
What?
I'm not gonna get the stream pulled down for copyright infringement. That's already
Oh
taken.
yeah. Can we be like the A team, like AYY?
Hey.
Yes, you can be the AYY team. Hey. Wait, yeah, no,
Forget
that's
about
derivative. That works, I think.
Forget about it.
That might not be derivative. But yes, you could be the AYY team.
All right.
Hey. He says, "All right, I'll start on this paperwork. Thank you so much, and you'll need to come back and sign it. Does your A team have a signet ring?"
No.
That's going to be a problem.
Wait. No, we totally got one.
Oh.
Hang on a second. No, that guy's still alive. Here, use this one. He's not coming back for it.
Then take it. Here we go.
What's it look like?
Yeah, Micah, what's it look like?
Oh wait.
It's say it. Go ahead, Petrum. What?
No. Go ahead. Describe it.
It's the it's. Micah would describe it as a mermaid's pussy.
I don't know what that looks like.
And that's why we're the A team.
Yep.
I love it. I hand it to him.
So that's Canada.
Technically, it's supposed to be a setting sun over the horizon of the ocean, but let's be clear, it looks like mermaid puss.
Thank you for cleaning it up a little bit. I really appreciate that.
I wasn't really cleaning up, I was just shortening it, because I figured we didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah, no, I don't want to ask the artist to draw a mermaid pussy. Not doing that.
I mean, if he draws a sunset over, like the horizon, it's gonna look the same. So.
Is it an ocean horizon, I assume?
That is correct.
And we're DTF.
I'm sorry. You're what?
Oh,
You're
learning
looks at Petrum
so
and says,
much, young lady.
He looks
Good
at
thing you're
Petrum
with
and says, is this your squire? Is this your
That
squire?
he thinks that means down to frolic.
No, he's a member.
Oh, your company employs young warriors. I see.
He's capable.
The Master Beetle has on occasion employed young servants as well. I do not judge. It's against our non-discrimination policy. Now then,
Can we go? Can we go meet this tool bag now? You're
Yes,
kind of
I'll. He summons over one of the pages and says, "To the beetle, please." The page, not yes, sir. Of course, Arthur. I will. Of course, and please come right this way. It is my pleasure to help you today. Boy, about 4 or 5 years younger than Layden, begins to walk backwards like a tour guide, waving his fingertips. Come this way. Yes, if you come right this way, we'll take you to the Master Beetle's chambers of or office rather. So that I may speak with him. Please do not touch any of the artwork. Please keep weapons sheathed at all times. You may, however, sketch any of the artwork if you happen to have charcoal or chalk. We ask that you do not paint the artwork, however. You only do black and white reproductions. Come this way. Okay. You can do this, Kale. Master Beetle time.
Uh-oh. Is he being massaged right now?
Hello. His two servants pick up his chair and turn it around because swivel chairs are no Gnomish invention and he doesn't have one. As you walk in, they set it down and stand off to the side. Greetings, Sir Micah. It is always a pleasure to see you. The page hands him the document that you signed, and he smiles and looks at. Very good. Thank you so much. His masseuse is standing off to the side, and he has the two porters with him, both which bear short swords, but otherwise just kind of wear Hubeck livery and stand on either side of him, waiting for orders. He goes, "Can I fetch you any drinks? I have wine. Would you like some wine? It is a brilliant snow wine. Very delightful to the palate."
Pay us now.
Of course, of course.
I'll take some wine.
Wine for the halfling, please. And he snaps, and one of the porters immediately moves to the sidebar and begins pouring you a glass of white snow wine, bringing it to you. Graciously, he bows and steps back after you take the glass. Very good, Porter, very good. I call him number 1, and he is number 2. Now then, I owe you some gold. I see, that you've waited almost a whole 24 hours before, arriving here to stake your claim.
Pay us now.
Of course, of course. So, I agreed to 500 apiece.
A day.
Yes, I suppose I did. There's no fooling you, little boy. No, there isn't. He reaches out to grab your cheek. Layden, he reaches out to grab your cheek. What do you do?
Oh, he slaps it the fuck away. But it's not like his reflexes. It was like Malice eyes.
So do your eyes glow purple?
Yes.
Oh, you are a feisty little lad. I kind of like that. I see. 500 a day. For 7 days. He waves over Porter number 2 and whispers something in his ear. And Porter leaves the room. Goes, I'm afraid for that much coin, we will need to go to the central depository. But it is coming, of course, my friends. I do not renege on a deal.
Central Suppository.
Depository, my friend.
Pay us
Depository.
now.
Yes, you're right.
You
My-
are
my-
quite loud. I will need you to calm down. He rifles through the documents and says, technically, I should be speaking to Petrum, the master of your company. Sir, if you would please quiet your ally.
I slowly start getting closer to him, Kel.
Okay.
Oh,
Sir, the longer you wait, the more it will cost you, so it's actually in our benefit if you take longer.
I'm sorry, but I have it written in, Sir Micah's signature that you were here at 2 p.m. yesterday when your mission was complete. So that will be the time that you are, receiving your payment for.
Kel, am I within 5 feet?
You are.
I shake as I say, pay us now.
Oh my
Again,
God.
3,500 gold is not in my desk, sir. So if you would please sit down, your treasure is being retrieved from the central depository.
I smile, drinking my wine, and offer you a sip. It's good stuff, Micah. You want some?
I put my hand on my sword. Pay us now.
Would you like a down payment till your gold bars arrive? He says, very annoyed.
Pay us now.
This was not the negotiation style I was hoping for, Sir Micah.
He looks at Petrum and says, would you settle on 10% until your gold bars arrive?
the mission was quite harrowing.
Yes, but I only have about 10% of what I owe you currently in my desk.
Well, then we go to the Central Suppository.
Depository, sir! Are you experiencing some sort of curse where you say inappropriate words?
No, I just Suppository's on my mind.
I pull out my sword.
It glows.
Yeah,
brightly.
I'm aware. I'm aware. I'm aware. That's why I'm behaving this way, Kale.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Inspiration.
I got you, homie.
Everyone else sees behind Andrew, the lady in white appears with her eyes blazing.
Hey. Now, pay.
Holy shit!
He opens a drawer and begins to count out coins for each of you.
Nice.
He gets to about 350 apiece.
I stab him in the throat.
Make an attack roll.
You stab him?
You said it! It happens! Make an attack roll!
17.
That definitely fucking hits!
Damn it, Micah!
Go ahead and roll your damage. He is, are you using one of your charges or no?
I also use a charge.
Okay. The DM does a happy dance!
9, 10 damage.
Did you roll the necrotic too?
Yes, that's with the necrotic. Do you want it broken out?
No, that's fine. The beetle grabs his throat, trying desperately to hold his lifeblood in as you stab him in the throat. So happy right now.
Whoa, dude, what are you doing? He hasn't paid us!
You used a charge, right?
Correct. Does that mean I get to do the other thing?
Let me look at the specific ability I wrote out.
Or would that be on the next one? I gotta read it.
It's on the next turn. It's during the turn when he cannot recover health.
Cool.
And he cannot recover health at the beginning of your turn. So if you have some other way to make an attack with this weapon, which I don't think you do at level 2. Which reminds me, I never updated everyone's HP, but I will do that in between sessions. I just need to quick look and see
You
what his
see the
HP
lady
is.
in white behind me. I think you know what the fuck.
I'm still mad about it. Jesus.
Because you've
Ladies.
activated her power, she reaches forward and grabs his throat. Well, actually, kind of grabs at his chest heart area and is clutching his heart, and that's why he cannot heal for the next turn. He cannot regain HP in any form. I need to look at how much HP a noble has. I wasn't prepared for you to stab him in the throat. Give me 1 second, please.
That seemed like the appropriate thing to do based on what you told me, Cal.
Oh, that absolutely was. I just did not have his stats in front of me. Oh god.
Blade's jumping up and down,
He
laughing.
is unconscious. He is
Latham,
fucking unconscious.
I don't know why you're laughing, but we just lost a lot of money.
He turns to
wait. He's
Mirabelle and his
unconscious now?
eyes are purple.
Yes.
Does that mean my urges have stopped?
Yes. He is bleeding out in his chair.
Fuck! I really wanted to get paid. I tried to hold that back.
Damn it, Sir Micah.
Why
The
did you do
woman
that?
looks at all of you and says, "Finish him before they fix him. Make him dead. Bring him to me."
Well, I mean, I really wanted to get that gold. Fuck. Wait, maybe they're still bringing it. They don't know he's dead yet.
That is true.
So, why don't we just go and meet the guy at the door before he gets in here, take the gold, and leave? And then this is like it's never happened.
I have a lot of feelings about this. So it's
You know, this sounds like a perfect place to stop. We'll pick up with the A team next week. Thank you
Get it
so
back.
much.
Totally cool.
And
Totally
until
cool, guys.
then, the call to adventure has gone out, and we will answer.
We
Have a good
stabbed
night,
it.
everyone.
by stabbing people in the throat.